What's going on, everybody? Zerfelros here. We're bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. We're going over the whole Johto Tour event. Now, this is probably going to be a long video. I have no idea how long it's going to be. It's just going to be as long as it's going to be. I'm going to actually go down and put some timestamps down in the video in the description so you guys can go ahead and jump to whichever section suits your fancy here. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through the blog posts. We're going to do a sort of like a tier list of the Pokemon that you can find during the Johto Tour, and we'll rank them based on their PvP viability. And then what I'll do is I'll do my usual spiel of going through the wild spawns and raids, give you the best IV spreads, and then any other information at the end we can go over just in case there's something that needs some extra attention. So first things first on this Johto Tour, I'm going to start with the first blog post that we were given. So Johto Tour, special research, more to come. So this was actually posted about a month ago. Now, unfortunately, I waited a little bit too long to make this video. I was hoping that they would come out with all of the rotating habitats and what actually spawns in them, but we haven't got that news yet, nor have we got the full raid lineup, which I'm sure they're going to come out with tomorrow after I post this video, so whatever. Thanks, Niantic. So they are confirming that we're going to get habitats, so they've given us the schedule. We're going to get 5 different rotating habitats from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then afterwards we're going to get 2 hours of a free-for-all, which there can be anything in the spawn pool. So New Barktown is going to be 9 to 10 and then 2 to 3 p.m. Violet City is going to be from 10 to 11 and then again from 3 to 4. National Park comes up from 11 to 12 and then 4 to 5. Goldenrod City will be there from 12 to 1 and then 5 to 6. And then Mount Silver from 1 to 2 and 6 to 7. Now, because we don't have the full list of spawns, I'm going to do my best educated guess when we go through the tier list to kind of think, where is this going to come from, right? So hopefully we can get a reasonable idea. Otherwise, I'm sure that they'll come out with the information pretty shortly. So just keep your eye on the news page for that. And hopefully we'll get that information soon, as well as the raids. And again, you did mention that we do get the full spawn pool from 7 to 9 afterwards. So in the 10 collection challenges that we will be handed, you get a chance to get anything that you may have missed during that time. So just make sure you get the chance to do that. And we do, side note, we do get some new music for the Pokemon Go Tour Johto. So kind of like they do with Go Fest and they did with Kanto Tour. So if you want to play with music on, they got some new music that is based around the game from Johto. Now I might actually have my sound on because Johto is my favorite gen from the whole series, so I might actually have my sound on for that. So they're also going to be adding the Kanto Pokemon from like all the ones that have Johto evolutions, right? So that'll be Poliwhirl, Golbat, Gloom, Slowpoke, Onix, Chansey, Seadra, Scyther, Porygon, and Eevee. Those are all going to appear in the spawn pool somewhere. And those are all going to have things that can be evolved into Johto Pokemon. So keep that in mind. And it's going to be mentioned in a few places here, but also if you're going to be looking to evolve an Eevee into an Espeon or Umbreon, there is no walking requirement for that. And certain items will be available as rewards for ticket holders. So I imagine that'll be either probably the special research that they'll be giving us evolution items to complete those collection challenges, complete those whatever research things they've got for us to evolve those Kanto Pokemon into the Johto evolutions. And then obviously you're going to be picking either silver or gold version. I'm going to take some time to go through that as well. Not a whole lot difference. It's really just what shinies you're after and what spawn pool you like more. I'm going to be going with gold myself, but I definitely had to pick between that and silver because silver gets Delibird and you get boosted dust from Delibird. But they're kind of just going to tell us a few things about the research that we can expect. So special research will be basically catching species, evolving, earning Stardust, taking snapshots, and defeating Go Rocket Grunts. And we'll be able to earn rewards such as items for evolution, like they mentioned. I'll take Rocket Radar pieces any day because I love grinding out the rockets for those red eggs for that Stardust. Cha-ching. We also get a shiny Gyarados, like from the Lake of Rage from the original game. And we also get an encounter with Celebi. And the Celebi will know Magical Leaf. And for any of those who have not been apprised of the updated move set, Celebi has Magical Leaf. It'll basically be an Air Slash clone, except it'll do, I think, like 1 more damage I think it's not horrible, but it's definitely not like meta defining. So Celebi is not going to be taking up too much time in this video. I'm just mentioning it because it's going to be there and somebody's going to run it. But you know what? I wouldn't really put all of my, all of my chips down on running Celebi in Great League or anything like that. So that's going to take it for the first one. Now, what kind of cool stuff can we expect out of the event? So the next thing that they gave us was Apex Lugia and Ho-Oh Shadow versions. So what that is it's basically a shadow version that we're going to be able to collect during the Masterwork research. So this is only for ticket holders. You're going to be able to get Apex, Shadow Lugia, and Ho-Oh, and what they have is basically they have pumped up versions of Sacred Fire, which is the exclusive move for Ho-Oh in this event, and Aeroblast, which is notated by a plus or a plus plus at the end of the move. Now, what those moves basically are, as you can see, these badass looking auras. Look at that. It's like a little cosmos behind Ho-Oh, and Lugia's got the Mewtwo vibes going on here. So Sacred Fire and Sacred Fire Plus Plus, Sacred Fire Plus, Sacred Fire Plus Plus, they basically, these are only PvE, right? So in PvP, even Sacred Fire Plus or Sacred Fire Plus Plus, those are going to be specifically just regular Sacred Fire, regular Aeroblast. So if you've already got your Ho-Oh and Lugia built in Shadow version, or purified if you are weird, you're not going to get any benefit for PvP by having another one of these. It's only for PvE, but it makes them pretty strong raid attackers. I don't know the specifics. I'm not a PvE expert, but I know that Sacred Fire is going to make Ho-Oh a pretty strong raid attacker, but you definitely want to keep these Shadow. Purifying them does not make them stronger because of the 20% damage boost that you get from it being Shadow. Does overall more damage than purifying it and getting the power boost from the plus plus move. So do not purify these. Don't do it. But we are getting Sacred Fire Ho-Oh, which is going to be pretty awesome for Master League. And we are getting another shot at Shadow, or at Lugia with Aeroblast. Also, these are going to be in raids with Aeroblast and Sacred Fire. So the Shadow version is not the only way you're going to get these moves. It's just for ticket holders, right? So the details on which version you're picking. So again, the version that you're picking really only changes the pool of Pokemon that are spawning for you on Incense or via giving you the shiny, the shiny boosted chance, and which ones are shiny, or which ones are, I can't English. Which ones are spawning for you on Incense, and it also changes the shiny boosted rate of what you are going to get. So if you pick the gold version, you're going to get Spinarak, Gligar, Teddiursa, and Mantine all more often on your Incense. In fact, I think that you're only going to get these if you have gold. So if you have silver, you are not going to get these on Incense. So if these are shinies that you want, get gold version. You also get increased shiny Pokemon from gold version, which again, Spinarak, is in there. The 3 starters are in both versions, so you can get these regardless. But afterwards, you get things like Igglybuff, Natsu, Hoppip, Sunkern, Misdreavus, Wobbuffet, which is an interesting one, Gligar, Shuckle, Teddiursa, Swinub, Mantine, and Ho-Oh. Now, Mantine, I think, is new. I don't know if there's anything else in here that is new. I definitely know somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure everything else we've had released up to this point. So Ho-Oh also has a boosted shiny rate. If you're doing it in range, you got a boosted chance of getting a shiny one. So Rainbow Bird. Silver version, if you choose, you'll more often see Ledybug, Delibird, Skarmory, and Phanpy on Incense. Now, this is a good version to go for if you want Skarmory XL and Delibird boosted Dust. Now, the only reason I don't really care about Skarmory XL is because Corviknight from Gen 8 is basically Skarmory, but doesn't need XLs for Ultra League. And it's even bulkier than Skarmory. So, I'm good. I'm not going to go after Skarmory XL. I was thinking about it for a while, but once I heard about Corviknight, I just said, nope, I'm not doing it. So, if I don't have to grind up for an XL, I will avoid it if I can, because, man, is it not fun. Alright, so, again, 3 starters are here. Then you get Ledybug, Cleffa, Sudowoodo, Hoppip, Yanma, which is a really cool shiny, Pineco, Delibird, Skarmory, Houndour, Phanpy, Miltank, Larvitar, and Lugia. I almost did the poker rap there. So again, from raids, you'll get a boosted chance of the red Lugia, which is pretty cool. Now, only reason I don't really care is because I already have shiny Lugia. I'm good. But you get either ticketed version. You'll still be able to get these the Pokemon in the wild. Again, we don't know the spawn pool exactly. We just know it's everything Johto plus the Kanto stuff. and you'll see certain Pokemon will be in raids. The only ones that we know for sure are in raids are going to be Corsola and Heracross, because they're regionals. Other than that, we don't know this. We don't know the raid. We don't know the raid pool. We don't know the 1 and 3 star raid pools, I should say. We know the 5-star raid pools, which is kind of nice. We're gonna get Lugia, we're gonna get Ho-Oh, and we're gonna get Suicune, Entei, and Raikou, and I'm okay with that. There's also going to be some shinies debuting, such as Girafarig, Corsola, Remoraid, Mantine, Phanpy, and Tyrogue. And then you also get some new unknowns, which you've already known about, and they've already said that about the special research encounters. You get shiny Gyarados and Celebi. They have not given us any stats as far as 10 power, which I don't even know if this is accurate anymore because I know it was updated right after they pushed it. So you also get these nifty avatar rewards. You can get the Lugia mask or the Ho-Oh wings. And then I think you get all of these based on the special research. And you get the wings and the mask near the beginning, and you get the shirts near the end. So good to know. We're going to get 10 collecting challenges, so it's going to be good for your medal, and it's going to be good for whatever rewards they give us. Now, some event bonuses that we're going to get. So again, you're going to get some certain Pokemon attracted to incense based on the version you pick. A free bundle will be in the shop containing 3 remote raid passes, so that's 3 free remote raids, which is really nice. I love seeing things like that. Eggs are going to be 1/4 hatch distance, so if you can, before Saturday, get as many red eggs as you can and just throw them on incubators. And then at that point, if you can walk around while you're playing this event, do as many egg hatches as you can to get more dust. Because as PvPers, we all need dust. You get 9 free orange raid passes by spinning photo discs at gyms. So you can get 9 additional in-person raids. And something that is not going to be in these blog tours the blogs that I noticed, and if it is a mistake, we'll go over it when I get there. But we will be getting a guaranteed, I think it's either guaranteed or increased chance of Rare Candy XL from in-person raids, which is an amazing bonus as they are trying to promote people to get out and get the community rolling again after COVID. I don't know how well that's going to work because fuck COVID, but that's going to be a thing. You'll also earn twice the candy for hatching eggs. So if you can hatch eggs, it's going to help. It's not Candy XL, it's just regular candy. But if you can get, a bunch of eggs together that you maybe need the candy for, that'll be helpful for you to gather candy because of the 1/4 hatch distance. You'll also earn extra candy while catching Pokemon that were originally discovered in Johto. So you're going to get a bonus candy. It's probably going to be like a +1 bonus, but that plus any Mega Evolution bonus you might be getting, which will be really good if you're trying to farm up for a Ho-Oh or a Lugia like I am. I need that Ho-Oh because I don't have a good one. I skipped those raids before I even knew what PvP was, man. Shit. You're going to get extra candy when discovering featured Pokemon. So we don't have a list of those featured Pokemon, but I imagine it's probably anything in the Johto spawn pool, I would have to think. So you might get even more candy from doing raids. So I would mega up something like, your Gyarados maybe, because it gets dark and it also gets water, which is going to help against both raid bosses at the same time. And then you're going to get the extra candy. You'll also get an exclusive in-game medal, like all these ticketed events do. We get snapshot surprises with a picture of Smeargle, so I have to imagine that Shiny Smeargle is going to be in this event once again. And we get special stickers, boopy-doo. If you are not ticketed, so everything that we've mentioned has been ticketed. These are the things that you're going to get if you're not a ticket holder. If you decided you're not spending the money. I decided last year Kanto ticket wasn't for me. I didn't want to spend the money on the Kanto ticket, and I regretted it because of the makeup research giving us all that cool stuff. But I want the stuff that comes from this. I do. I missed out last time. I was broke. I'm doing it this time, making sure I'm in on it. So if you're not ticketed, you're still going to be able to get the Pokemon in the wild spawns. You're going to be able to get the ones that are in raids, and you're going to get the ones that are 7k eggs. So the 7k eggs, I believe, are the Igglybuff, the Cleffa, the babies, right? I think the babies are in the 7k eggs. And then you're still going to be able to get the Entei, Raikou, Suicune, Lugia, and Ho-Oh with the signature move on Ho-Oh and Lugia. And Heracross and Corsola are also going to be in raids for you. Okay, no, here it is. Pichu, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Togepi, Tyrogue, Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby will all be in 2k eggs. So 7k eggs might have a better spawn, they might have a better pool, which we don't know. Hopefully, maybe it'll be the regionals, maybe Heracross, and Corsola will be in 7K eggs. So don't open any gifts until the event starts if you're looking to get those eggs, so that you can stock up on as many of those as you can. Walk them, get the candy, hopefully, and you'll be able to get extra candy and extra everything from that. You can get up to 6 special trades from the event. So if you're looking to swap those Lugias and Ho-Ohs or your other legendaries, you'll be able to do that. And as we've already gone over, there'll be the 5 rotating habitats. We'll get the music, and you'll still be able to complete the timed research, apparently related to the trainer battles, like the Go Tour trainer gym lead battles. I don't know how that's going to work, but it sounds pretty cool. I know they did it last year, but I think they're doing it better this year because they've turned it into like a gym leader challenge, which sounds kind of neat to me. And again, Espeon and Umbreon will not have a walking requirement. Now, I know that everybody watching this video knows that they have Last Resort. I haven't got there yet because I want to go over all of them at once in the next blog post here. Everything you need to know before you head into the Pokemon Go Tour Johto. So this is going to be, once again, kind of a reiteration of everything they've put up. But again, I'm just going through all the blog posts that have all the information that I can find so that it's there. So you guys have it. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to break it up. Again, hopefully you're here watching this with me, but hopefully this is helpful. So version selection, again, gold or silver, and this is all stuff you can find on the Pokemon Go blog page. So if you'll feel free to come check this out yourself if you want to look for something specific, or I'm talking too fast, or I skipped something, or whatever. This is where I'm getting all my information. This is all the information I get. I'm not special in the Niantic creator community or anything. Maybe someday if I get cool enough, but not right now. You get to pick the gold or silver version. We already went over that. Collection challenges, there'll be 10. I believe they're based off of all of the 5 different rotating habitats, and we'll probably have another 5 that are just, evolve this or, trade this, stuff like that. The special research that we're going to get, I'm pretty sure that is ticketed. I know the Masterwork research is definitely only ticketed. Yeah, this is all ticketed stuff. So, yeah, the collection challenges, the version selection, the researches are all going to be ticketed items. We get the free bundle with the raid passes. We get the extra daily raid passes. I guess wow, this is all only ticketed. If you're not, I guess if you don't have a ticket, you don't get the extra raid passes, which is, you get what you. This is like $11.99 for the research. We're gonna get the rewards in this research are gonna be a bunch of shop items too. I guarantee it. So the value of the items by itself is already worth the ticket price, and I hope that people realize that when they are bitching about how much the ticket costs, because we're gonna get so much stuff for these tickets. It's like, I'm gonna do it. Why not? I get a bunch of cool stuff, and I get basically the amount of stuff in cash shop items that I would have spent anyway. So you can also share your stuff on social media if you want. Maybe they share it and you get the stickers. Whoopie-doo stickers. If you don't have the ticket, so again, you can still battle the Pokemon Go Tour contest trainers. And here is the list of all of the things that are going to get their Community Day moves. So if you have these, pay attention. We can get Eevee to evolve into Espeon and Umbreon. Umbreon is the big one here. Gold print neon sign. Get your ass an Umbreon when it's here, because when it's gone, who knows when it'll be back. And Last Resort is the best Community Day move for Umbreon. I don't care what people say about Psychic. It's not as good as Last Resort, and I can attest to it no matter what the context is. So make sure you get yourself an Eevee that is good for Great League. You'll want like a 0-15-15, and then the Ultra League is the Hundo. So make sure you get one with Last Resort if you can, or Last Resort if you can help it. You also get Bayleaf, Quilava, and Crocodile. So you get the 3 starters. You're going to get the Hydro Cannon, Blast Burn, and Frenzy Plant. Meganium is a good one for PvP, as is Typhlosion. So you're not really going to care too much about Crocodile and getting a for Alligator, but if you want one, fine. Flaffy going in and getting the Dragon Pulse when it evolves into Ampharos, which is going to be good for Ultra League, and it's also decent for Great League theme cups that it's in. Like right now, the Johto Cup, Ampharos is seeing some good usage, so not a bad idea for that as well. If you've got them, get them. If you somehow miss the window to evolve your Skiploom into a Jumpluff and get Acrobatics in the Community Day like 2 weeks ago, this is another chance for you to get it. And Jumpluff is going to be good in just about every limited format that it's going to be allowed in. So definitely get your hands on maybe the Good Stat product, or I know Swag Tips did a video on those too. So go check those out if you want. Piloswine gets Ancient Power if it evolves to Mamoswine. I think this is probably the only one other than Feraligatr that nobody really wants because Mamoswine doesn't want Ancient Power anyway for PvP. So there's that. Pupitar going to Larvitar gets Smackdown. Not really as much for PvP, but this is an excellent raid attacker. It's going to be like one of the best Rock-type raid attackers, so if you've got them stacked up, Shadows and non-Shadows, go ahead and evolve them during this event. Again, they mentioned we get the 6 special trades. We get event hours that are themed after the locations. We got the schedule. We already talked about that. They're going to give us the jacket and avatar items and the music. And that's going to be the end of this. So let's next go into this tier list. Tier list. Tier list time. We love tier lists. So I haven't edited these whatsoever. So we're going to edit these on the fly because I completely forgot. So meta must have is going to be our first one. The next one's going to be just kind of good in limited formats. And actually, I think it's better that we're doing this together so that you guys can see what all of these tiers are going to be rather than having to squint and see what it is in that little tiny print. So this is going to be good in limited and open formats that they're legal in. So not necessarily like super meta for everything, but just good. We're going to have this third tier is going to be the Chef's Kiss Spice. Just stuff that, you know, isn't going to be super great, but could definitely have play if the meta just happens to turn the right way. Raid Attackers is going to be our next one here. And then I think that that's pretty much all I'm going to have. I'm going to have a section for just other. The only thing that I can think of that I'm going to put here is Delibird for the boost, or for the boosted dust, but I think that's about it. So let's go ahead. We're just going to go mon by mon. We're going to sort them. So Meganium. Good and open in limited formats. It's not going to be super meta, but it's actually good because Frenzy Plant is good. It's good in Great League, and it's okay in Ultra League. Typhlosion is going to go in there in the same exact spot because it's good in Ultra League. It's very good in Ultra League, and it's decent in Great League when it's relevant. Feraligatr is going to stay here. Ferret's going to stay here. Noctowl is going to join Typhlosion and Meganium. I've used Noctowl to great success in Remix, and I haven't enjoyed it as much in Johto, but I know that Noctowl is bulky enough and has Shadow Ball, so it's going to be good in formats it's allowed in if you can find the right meta to use it. Ledian is going to go in as Spice. It's an XL for Great League. It's super thick, but not a great moveset, so just going to throw that there. It also needs to be near Hundo. Ariados is definitely like if there is like a break point here, I'm putting it like right here because Ariados has shown, especially lately in like Love Cup and Johto Cup, that anything it's in, it can be devastating because Poison Sting and Lunge is just a deadly combination. Crobat's going to join them also up here. This is going to be, by the way, the most populated in one because there's just so much stuff that's like not game meta breaking in this list, but there's a lot of good picks. Crobat's going to be one of them, especially if Zubat is spawning or Golbat is spawning. Golbat's also really good in Great League, so you would have a way to get two things with one catch there. Lantern also going to join here. Very good in limited metas that it's in. Also pretty decent and open. Ampharos is also going to join the list here. Again, its prime spot is in Ultra League, but in Great League it's also decent. Blossom is going to go in the Spice category. In Johto Cup, it's decent, but honestly, I'm not seeing it used a lot more. It does have Bullet Seed and Leaf Blade, though, so it's really not horrible, but it's not super thick either. It's not like the bulk. Now, we've got Azu is the first one to make the must-have list. If you don't have the Marill or the Azumarill, you want Azumarill, but if you don't have a good Marill for a candidate to evolve to Azumarill, if you don't have a good Azumarill already, this is going to be a great time to get it if you don't already have one from the Pokeball event that we've had. So that's going to be one of the ones that, like, you see a Marill, you catch it if you don't have one, especially if you're just getting into PvP. It's going to be a fantastic pick to have. Sudowoodo it's got a good moveset. It's just an unfortunately difficult thing. I'm kind of between. I'm going to throw it in Chef's Spice because it can be good, but it's also good to catch for Bonsly, for Sudowoodo XL candy, so you can have a Bonsly XL for the next time Sinnoh Cup rolls around. It's just Spice, man. Politoed. I'll throw Politoed in the must-haves category because even though the Wharton Weather Ball got nerfed, it's still super freaking good. It's got Mud Shot and Weather Ball in your choice of either Blizzard or Earthquake as a nuke move. So it's in every format it's available in. It's going to be good. Natsu or Zatu, I'm no. Jumpluff, like we said earlier, it's going to be good in any format that it's allowed in. Maybe not so much Open Great League, but any Great League limited meta, it's going to be pretty good, especially if you can avoid Steel types. Quagsire, I would say, is somewhere between the Chef Spice and limited. Like, Quagsire's good, don't get me wrong. It has Mud Shot and it's got a lot of good nuke moves, but unfortunately all it has is nuke moves, so it's not going to be an excellent choice for PvP. Espeon, unfortunately, doesn't make the cut here. Sunflora doesn't make it either. It has Bullet Seed, which makes it an okay fast move, but it doesn't have any good charge moves other than nukes. So not going to be an excellent pick. Going to skip over those two, but Umbreon is going to go right up here in the meta must-have. And honestly, I would probably put this thing either at or before Azumarill. They're on the same level. And you want to make sure that you get a good one. If you catch that 0-15-15, straight to an Umbreon if you don't already have one for Great League, because Umbreon is ridiculous. I don't care what format Umbreon is in. If it's allowed, it's great. Slowking, Chef Spice, Love Cup, it's been decent, but I think that's really about it. You could get you can get Slowbro for Ultra League, which is again the Spice thing, but it's there. And XL Slowpoke Candy for again more Spice. Wobbuffet, also Chef Spice. It's bulky, it's obnoxious, it's like Chansey, except it's a little bit better and more PvP friendly than having Pound and Hyper Beam, right? But you're really going to be getting this for the XL candy, because if you're going to build a Wobbuffet for PvP, you want a purified one so it has Return and Mirror Coat rather than just Mirror Coat, because it can only have one charge move if it's caught in the wild. Girafarig, unfortunately, we're skipping over it. Fortress is going to be in the Spice category, although it is also viable in limited formats, so it's really going to be either or, but I'm going to stick it in Chef Spice because I don't see it nearly as often. Dunsparce needs, if you can get a good Dunsparce for PvP, just hang on to it, because this thing is literally just a move update away from being meta. It's actually not bad. So we'll stick it in another just so it's there. Get one in case you, in case you want one. I mean, just get one in case it gets a move update. Steelix is going to go straight up to the good and open limited formats. It's good in Ultra League. It's good in limited Great League metas if it can. That Dragon Tail buff really helped it out. Granbull is going to go up here as well. I hate Granbull because it's a freaking charmer, but it's not going to stop me from telling you that it's good. However, if you really want a good Granbull, get a Shadow Granbull, because those are going to be the good stuff. Quillfish is going to join its other friends up here in the good and limited and open formats, mostly limited formats. You're not going to really run Quillfish in open because there's so many things that can wall it, such as everything, every steel type. It doesn't have a whole lot of play in open as much as it does in the limited formats, like the Johto Cup. It's been okay. It was superb in Halloween Cup, and I don't remember what else it's been in, but those things by themselves were pretty good. Now we're going to move on to Scizor. Gun. Good. Scizor is good for every single open league. Well, I wouldn't say every open league. It's good for all three leagues to have one, because it's good in limited formats for Great League. It's good in, it can be good in open, but it's also really good in like Remix and things like that. And Ultra League Premier Classic is another good one for Ultra League. And it's viable in Master League. So, it's got Bullet Punch, why not? Shuckle is, unfortunately, usually banned in PvP, so we have to ignore it. But it's awesome. And its shiny looks rad. Heracross is definitely going to go up here in the good and limited open formats. It's pretty good in Master League Premier. It's pretty good in Ultra League Premier. And it's also pretty good in Great League, but we can't get one in Great League because damn raids only give us level 20 Heracross, which is too high, unfortunately, for it to be in Great League. So if you can trade or maybe find a way to get one that's less than 1500, good. Magcargo, also going to join its friends up here. We've seen it in Love Cup. We've seen it in this Johto Cup. We've seen it in Great League Remix. It was used to great effect after it got Incinerate and Rock Tomb. And I will still run it with Stone Edge every time. Corsola, going to be going in the Spice category because in limited formats, it's not bad. It's got a PvP moveset. It's kind of bulky, and I wouldn't call it bad. It's just really hard to get. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to get a hundo and get 296 XL candies to use this thing in Great League. It's not that worth it. So I'm not worried about it too much. Octillery going to go in the Spice category. That's not Octillery, that's Ursaring. Octillery is going to go in the Spice category. And you know what? I'll throw Ursaring in the Spice category too. Octazooka and Lock-On are a deadly combination on Octillery, but it's just not good enough to be that good. So Ursaring has Shadow Claw, which is a great move. It's got Counter, which is a great move, but it's got nothing but nukes. So it's also squishy. So you're not going to use it much, but again, I mean, it's there. Mantine going to join the limited format cup, or limited open format section, because it's decent in different cups that it's allowed in. It's got some bulk, it's got some decent moves. It just, water flying typing is kind of an unfortunate typing to have. Skarmory is going to go up in the very tippy top because it is an absolute must-have for Great League. There is no getting around it. Skarmory is one of the most dominant things in the Great League right now, and has been since it came out. So if you don't have one already, get a good one and make it snappy. You can get the hundo for Ultra League, but again, Corviknight, I'm not. Delabird's going to go in the other category because it's got boosted dust. You get 500 dust per catch, so it's good to Golden Razz and Ultra Ball this thing for the boosted dust. Houndoom is going to go in other because it has a Mega Evolution, so going to be handy for raids. So I guess I'll throw it in the raid attackers. That's fine. I'll throw it in raid attackers. That makes more sense to me, right? Kingdra, going to be good in limited and open formats, specifically Ultra League and like Retro Cup or something if they come back with that, which I'm sure they will. Kingdra is going to be a viable pick for both of those, mostly Ultra League, but you know, less so now with, you know, Walrein and Trevenant and all of them coming out. I think it was used a lot less, but before that it was a dominant pick in the Ultra League Premier Cup. Donphan unfortunately only sits in the Chef Spice category, even though it's got Counter and Body Slam. It doesn't quite stack up to other things because it doesn't have the bulk, and the ground typing is kind of unfortunate. Hitmontop, despite being placed in many PvPoke rankings quite high, will be sitting in the Spice category because nobody runs it. It's too squishy, and all it has is nukes. Blissey. Please don't make me do it. It's going to go in other because you're not going to run Blissey in PvP, but for those degenerates out there who enjoy running Chansey or want to build a Chansey, you can get XL candy if Blissey's out in the wild somewhere. Otherwise, you can catch the Chanseys and trade them off for the XL candy. Fine and dandy. Rayco is going to be in the... I want to say it's good in limited and open formats. It's just not very available. But it's got Wild Charge, Shadow Ball, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, or Thundershock. Those are some excellent moves. It just doesn't have a whole lot of viability with all the ground types rolling around. And it's also not that easy to find it. But if you get it, I'm also going to throw Suicune in there because it has the bulk. It has a decent moveset in Snarl, Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump. It has all these moves that make it decent. I've run it in Ultra League. It's actually kind of fun. Entei, I'll throw in raid attackers. I know it's not going to be like the greatest raid attacker, but it's going to be decent, I'm sure. I don't know off the top of my head, but I know that Tyranitar is going to go straight into the raid attacker category because it's excellent there. Lugia and Ho-Oh are both going to go up on top because they are Master League meta must-haves. I would make sure that you leave this event with no fewer than at least one Master League ready Ho-Oh and Lugia because they are so good in Master League Premier Cup, and I'm not going to go mess with Open Master League, but I know that at least in the Master League Classic, they're really good. Celebi gets the Chef Spice treatment because, let's be honest, it's not super great. Everything else down here you can ignore unless you're going for the shiny. So, that being said, I think that's where I'm going to leave the tier list. Let's go ahead and jump into the spawn, the IVs here. This is all the stuff that we're going to go off of here. I'm going to expect these first 4 Mons here to be in the first rotation, the first habitat. That's going to be, once again, that's going to be the new Barktown. Especially the stars, you know, for sure are going to be there. So Cyndaquil and Chikorita are both going to be there. You can see the IV spreads up there. Chikorita is going to be 0, 10, 15 for... did that get linked somewhere? I feel like that got linked somewhere. that should be Ultra League. If you're looking to run the Chicory or the Meganium, you want a 0, 10, 15 for Great, Hundo for Premier Classic, and then a 0, 14, 15 if you want to excel it all the way to 50. These also apply to any shadows you may have. Cyndaquil, 0, 15, 13 for a Typhlosion in Great League, 0, 13, 15 for an Ultra League Typhlosion. We're not running Typhlosion in Master League, although I'm sure it would be fun. Hoot Hoot, if you want a Noctowl for Great League, we're going 1, 14, 15 for Great League Noctowl, and Hundo for Ultra League XL Noctowl. Ariados is only going to be in the Great League. That's a 0, 14, 15 for the rank 1, and Lantern is 0, 13, 14 for the rank 1 from Chinchou, and a Hundo if you really want to excel it and run it in Ultra League for some reason. Zubat has a 0, 15, 15 spread for the rank 1 Golbat. It's going to have a... Wait a minute. I think I found it. It's going to have a 0, 15, 12 spread for the rank 1 XL of Crobat for Great League. And if you're going to build a Crobat for Ultra League, I wouldn't bother XLing it. Get the 3, 15, 15 so that you can use it in Ultra League in both formats. Because honestly, there's no point. Yep, they're linked. I'll have to fix that later. All right. Yeah, you've got 0, 15, 15 for Golbat, 0, 15, 12 for a Great League Crobat, and 3, 15, 15 for a non-XL'd level 40 Crobat in Ultra League. Again, there's a few Mons, and Crobat's one of them, that if they don't have to be XL'd for Ultra League, don't do it, because then you can also use them in Premier Classic, which enables you to kill basically 2 different builds with 1 stone there. That way you don't have to worry about having 2 different versions and spending $500,000 dust on one, and then you get my meaning. It's just ridiculous. All right, so if you're looking for the Azumarill, the rank 1 without XL for Great League is an 8, 15, 15. You're going for a 0, 15, 15 if you want an Azumarill with all the XL it can handle. If you're going for Ampharos, 0, 13, 11, Mareep in the wild, 0, 13, 15 in their respective leagues would be great in Ultra League respectively. Now, Eevee, if you're looking for 0, 15, 15 is going to be the rank 1 Umbreon. I'm not putting all of Sylveon in here because that's too much work and we only care about Umbreon for this event. A Hundo is going to be where you're going to go in the Ultra League for Umbreon. And if you really want to play Sylveon in the Master League, again, that's a Hundo, but only for Sylveon. You're not running Umbreon in the Master League. Just unfortunately, it's a little bit too low to tangle with the big boys up there. All right, Poliwag. Poliwag is going to be split up. So I've got it Politoed, Poliwhirl, or Poliwrath, Politoed, Poliwrath. So rank 1, Politoed for Great League, 0, 15, 11. 0, 14, 15 is rank 1 Poliwrath. Politoed in the Ultra League will need XLs. It's not really worth building a Hundo because it still doesn't hit 2,500 with a Hundo. But with XLs, you can get a 0, 14, 15 up to 2,500, just about exactly. And the 8, 15, 15 is the rank 1 Poliwrath. I would recommend that one because XL Poliwrath, there's no point. Just like Crobat, there's no point. Wooper, if you're going to get a Great League Quagsire, if you don't have one already, the 0, 15, 14 is going to be the one you're going for. If you already have one of these, any of these, I wouldn't worry too much about getting like rank 1s because a lot of these are just not as crazy. But Hoppip, the rank 1 Jumpluff for Great League, and the only league it's going to be run in is a 0, 14, 14. Gligar, if you're looking to run Gligar in Great League, you want a 0, 15, 12. Otherwise, if you want Gliscor in either Great or Ultra League, 115, 14 is going to be the way to go, and you don't need to XL the Gliscor as a 115, 14 in the Ultra League. Now, Onyx, if you're going for Steelix in the Great League, you're going to look for a 0, 15, 14, and then in the Ultra League as an XL, the 2, 15, 15 is the way to go. Last page of meta stuff I've got here, Snubble. If you want a Grand Bull, again, I would still go for the Shadow Grand Bull, but if you want one, 0, 15, 15 is rank 1 for Great League, 10, 15, 15 for Ultra League, and a 0, 15, 14 for the XL Ultra League. Quillfish, if you want the rank 1, is going to be 0, 12, 14, 15, 15, 15 for the Ultra League XL. It's up to you if you really want to go that crazy, but Quillfish does get up there with the XL candy. Scyther, going to be, looking at the Scizor IV spreads here, 1, 15, 15 for Great League, 0, 15, 15 for Ultra League, and the Hundo for Master League. Magcargo, Slugma, 0, 15, 14 for Great League, and then we've got Mantine is going to be the 0, 15, 14 for Great League, and the Hundo for Ultra League if you really want to XL it to 50. And the exact same spread for Skarmory. 0, 15, 14 for Rank 1 in Great League, and a Hundo XL for Ultra League. Now, we're going to hit up the raids next. Not too much to look at here. Corsola, the best raid catch you can get is a Hundo, and you're going to XL up to 50. Heracross, the best raid you can get for Ultra League, because we can't catch it for Great League, is a 10, 14, 13, and if you get a Hundo, you can run it in Master League. The same thing goes for Lugia and Ho-Oh. Lugia's best Ultra League spread is the 10, 11, 12, and a Hundo for Master League, and then Ho-Oh, if you're looking to run it in Ultra League, you want a 12, 14, 14, and again a Hundo for Master League. And keep in mind that any Lugia and Ho-Oh caught during this event are going to have their respective signature moves in Aeroblast and Sacred Fire. Whoa, that was a bunch. That was a lot. But thank you for sticking through that with me, guys. I think that that's actually all of the information that I currently have on Johto Tour. Keep posted on all of the blog posts leading up to Saturday, but hopefully this is a good enough field guide to kind of just get you guys started. Now, again, just a reminder, everything that I've got here on the screen is going to be it's getting its community day move, and it's relevant for PvP. I didn't leave anything on here, but again, you can reference this tier list if you're looking for like a field guide or something. I also know JRAC Wolf also put up an excellent PvP field guide if you need something text-based. But just like, you know, if you're looking to build up your PvP roster and you got the Johto Tour and you're going to be sitting on your phone all day playing the game, look for this stuff and kind of hone in on the top 2 tiers if you're looking for the good stuff to run in any of these leagues. Personally, I'm going to be going nuts on the Ho-Oh and Heracross raids because I need those. But everything else, I think I'm pretty set on. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a bit of a long one. We're at 41 minutes, but those timestamps are going to probably make it so much easier. But just much appreciated. I love doing this for you guys. So I'm hopefully that this has helped some of you navigate the Johto Tour. And let me know in the comments how your Johto Tour is going to go or has gone. Like the video if you'd like to see more videos like this, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content. There's going to be plenty of interesting stuff coming up from Season 11, even though the season itself won't be that interesting. And hopefully a video on that will come. I'm just waiting on the news from Niantic to give us some sort of schedule so that I can go through the whole thing without going through a blog post for 5 minutes and wasting your time on that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you in the next video. Bye!